solid. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, believers? Guys, I know that I am about 20 minutes early. I understand that a lot of people are not going to be here. I'm going to wait for just a moment or two, let the message kind of get out, let people know that we've gone live. Yeah, man, the crypto market never ceases to amaze. And I mean, holy shit, it is going on right now. Bitcoin is up about $2,000 in the last few minutes, guys. Like we're talking about just a massive, I don't know where the money came from. I have no idea what is going on. I have no idea what's going on. But Bitcoin was at 19,000 something, and it was at 21,000 just a few minutes ago. Okay. So this has been from 18,000. We were at 18,700 just a little while ago, and we went up to 20,900. This went up 2,000 points in just rapid mode. And you can see right here, Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, by the way, if you remember, Ethereum usually doubles whatever Bitcoin does. So you're seeing a little bit of a retracement right now. And it just kind of started happening a little while ago. And you saw this pump, and then it just continued and continued and continued. When you look at this and you start to break it down, get into some smaller indicators right now, then you're seeing just a parabolic sort of crazy run that happened in a very short period of time. Now we've reached that spot right here where there's a bunch of profit taking. Now, of course, here's what we did. We go back here and we start looking again, and we want to get an idea of like when this thing took off. And it took off. It started to manifest itself when the American market got done. You started to see a little bit of a rise, and we were at 18,006, we were 18,007. It started to move up. Suddenly we broke 19,000, hovered around 19,000 in a little consolidation for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden this thing happened and sent us back up to almost 20,000. Now, obviously people had their automatic sells set for 20,000. That's one of those key numbers. So then it retraced just a little bit, and we saw it retrace, and it retraced for about an hour right here. This was, by the way, South Korea doing this run up, or the South Korean time in the market doing this run up. And then we saw a little sideways action for the first half. And then all of a sudden we're watching right now is the South Korean, and by proxy, the Chinese market is waking up right now, and they are seeing this go on. And you're going to see a lot of people that just don't know what's going on, but they're just going to want to be a part of it. So you're going to see a little bit of up and down, I think, for the next little while. Hopefully this will continue. If this continues, it's going to be fabulous. Again, remember, guys, we were talking about Bitcoin being at 25,000 by the end of this week, if everything worked out the way that it could or should, or to its best advantage. We were looking at maybe seeing that happen. So it looks like all of a sudden that something might be happening. So I don't know if it's going to be sustained or not. It's really early. I don't know if we're going to be able to tell just based on this. We look at the hour candles. Obviously, it doesn't look as great because, listen, we're just retracing some spaces that we were at a couple days ago. But it looks like some money just started flooding back into the market. So we're going to see where it goes. But I'll tell you this, it got real exciting real fast. You can even come over here. I don't even think it's caught up over here yet. You see Volt taking off. Now, by the way, I was trying to have some water first. I see Volt taking off because Volt always trades a lot of volume. So you're going to see a lot of volume because you see a lot of buys and sells from Volt during these periods of time, no matter what. So, and the same thing with Hex. So you're seeing a lot of activity there. The rest of them are still probably down because they haven't had a purchase in a little while. Like nobody's bought anything in just a little bit. So if somebody makes a buy or something like that and the market keeps pumping, then you're going to start seeing that thing starting to show some positive. And then over here, when you go over to, we've seen some retracement, by the way, on Luna Classic. It was down to 1,100. It was down to 1,070 or 1,050 at one point earlier, and it seems to have hit its stride again. It was down to 1,040, let's call it, and it is now bouncing its way back up. It's at 1,249, 1,242, moving along, having a nice little run. So YOLO, I guess. You can see right here, Luna Classic is also on that little buy signal, and it's having a moment again. So we'll see if it continues to run. I don't know if it's going to continue to run or anything like that, but we're definitely in a better place now than we were just a few short hours ago. I mean, guys, you go over here and you look at Ethereum, and Ethereum had lost its $1,000 down to 997 at one point. It's not, by the way, listen, the upside on Ethereum has always been, or usually tends to be, about double, because we're talking volatility. And the volatility on Ethereum means that when Bitcoin has a wild swing to 2% like it's having right now, that Ethereum usually has a wild swing to 4%. And we're not seeing that yet. So that means that there's still some bearish sentiment to be shaken out of the Ethereum market. So I'm not sure really. In fairness, I really don't know where that's coming from. I don't know what the issue is with Ethereum right now. I've seen some articles, but I didn't see anything that made me think like, people are just over it. I saw the death of Bitcoin, some stupid articles and nothing that gave me pause or gave me a reason to, oh shit, did I not share the charts? There you go. God damn it. What's going on? There we go. So this right here is Ethereum. You can see it. I mean, it just spiked for the last 2 hours, all the way up to 11.15. Now, if you remember over here, I'm way up here at 12.21. So I got some serious waiting to do. So I am hoping for a good pump. If I don't get it, then I don't get it. We'll just let it sit for a while. But you can see here, like, look at this Bitcoin pump. Like, this was just incredible. It ran from, we were down here couple hours ago, 18,005. And to be fair, guys, like, I was even looking at the chart most of the day, like around here, I was like, it's probably just going to dump a little bit more. And it started dumping. I was like, it's dumping more than I thought, because I do think that the downside that we're going to experience, and I think that downside comes around July 13. The reason for that is because that's when we're going to get, the inflation numbers, and we're going to know exactly where we are. That is going to matter just a ton. Like, that's going to matter so much. So we're gonna get those numbers, and we're probably going to look at inflation going up again, and we're probably going to look at 75 basis points one more time. A lot of people are saying that that's already baked into these numbers, so we're not going to see as much of a drop as we would want to see, but as we might see. I guess I shouldn't say as we want to see. I don't think anybody really wants to see those kind of drops. But you go back over here and you look at 17,000. Like, listen, guys, if you like, here's the thing to ask yourself. No matter what the price is right now, if you have buying power, and we're seeing a pump right now, but if you have buying power and you have that quote unquote dry powder on the sidelines, how exciting would it be to be able to pop into your wallet and buy some Bitcoin down here in the 13,000 range one final time before it starts to go insane? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just such a great opportunity here. If we get that opportunity, then it's going to be a great thing. It's going to be life changing for some of us. So I would really love to see that happen. In fairness, I'm sitting here at 12. What am I at? 1221.13. I'm at 1221.13. Man, what I wouldn't give for a run right now, that just like this right here, one of these 2-day runs that takes us up 500-600 points and gives us just a nice bump. You know what I'm saying? Like I would even take something like this right here, just to get us back up into this 13. You know what? I really want to be up here, but just to see some kind of good pump to get us up to a real nice level, just to see a little bit of faith in the system, just so people know that it's happening. Also, for some of you, you may notice, I'm not sure that you will, I'm not making a call on this, I'm not promising anything, but do you guys remember, and I hope that you do you remember the little, what do they call it, Parrot Island? Snake Island. Um, Ukraine has retaken Snake Island. For those of you that don't know, that's the place where the one Ukrainian soldier allegedly flipped off a Russian boat, and they got it on film or something like that. And that was the brave soldier. Well, it appears that they have retaken that, but at the same time, there's also reports coming out that Russia has launched an offensive in the Donbass region. So, here we go. Snake Island was made famous when Russia first captured it in February. A Ukrainian soldier posted on the island told an attacking Russian warship to go F yourself, which has become one of the most popular Ukrainian slogans of resistance since the invasion. The Ukrainian Postal Service issued a stamp showing a Ukrainian soldier giving the finger to the Russian cruiser Moskva. So that happened. So, maybe that means not only are we going to see this little pump right here, but we might see some pump hitting the European market, because remember, the European market has been pretty good in the overnights. Like it had been having some really good pumps overnight. So something like that, and seeing something like that, such a positive little moment, might cause these people to wake up, be real happy, and start throwing some money at cryptocurrency. Let's get in chat here. Eddie, what's going on? Ulysses, what is going on? I mean, I'm doing really good, man. I'm doing really good. Mark Kelly, what's going on? Yeah, it's whale games happening right now. This kind of money, is not a little amount. So somebody's putting in some big amounts. Sorry about that. I did put it up, man. Sorry about that, Armed. When moonshots, sir. We got a long time for a moonshot. I have an opinion on dragons flying. I don't know yet. I kind of looked around, and I had. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Do you think Boba Mask will reach 7 billion market cap like Saitama did? No. Considering Boba Mask has a way better dev team and the project is really promising. In this market, no. There's no way, and they're going to have to get. I'm going to say no because it's easier for me to change that into a yes later on, because I do believe that they do have some positivity that goes with it that might be able to get them there. But it's going to take a little bit of time, and they're going to need the wind behind their sails. And Mary's going to get back to me with some information before the launch. So, I don't think 7 billion market cap like Saitama. I don't think that. I think if it gets too big, I think Star Wars and Disney come sniffing around with just the name Boba in itself, and they start getting nosy and asking questions, and it could end up with a little bad press. So I'm not sure, but it's entirely possible. So I don't know how much gas it's going to have to run, but I do think that the privacy aspect of Boba Mask is game changing. So it is entirely possible that it flies under that radar. And when it launches, by the way, a wallet is not worth 7 billion market cap, just for full disclosure. It's worth maybe a $2 billion market cap. But here's the thing. If it's worth a $2 billion market cap, or if it's worth $1 billion market cap, and you get it there, then when the market goes bullish and we start to get on one of those parabolic runs, then maybe it does a 15 or $20 billion market cap. I mean, things with less use cases have gone much higher. So I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm saying it's unlikely to happen, that it would be easier for me to say no. But, man, I don't know. What's up, Sub-Zero? Ace Hole, what's going on, my man? Ulysses, Pixel has no liquidity issues. Yeah, I think they have no liquidity. Like I thought that they had gotten rid of it. They paused trading or something. Like I don't even know what's going on. Listen, I did not get into Pixel. You guys know I put 30 grand into Phantom. That was enough for me. By the way, I have partnered with Phantom again, so we'll be making some content for them. And as you can see over here, they are back on the screen because we do have some stuff coming from Phantom in the next bunch of days. There was a statement that came from the developer today, which, as a matter of fact, now would be the perfect time. Let's go ahead and read it. Good morning, everyone. I want to start out by apologizing for the unacceptable silence from myself and the rest of the team. I'm going to explain how and why it occurred, as you all deserve this. Let me put it on screen. Be easier that way. There we go. So as most of you know, pre-launch and post-launch all were smooth. I hired many people on the team to help communicate with the community, help operation on the back end, and they were all employed as advisors. I gave everyone an equal voice. Everyone's idea were just as valid as mine. When it came to accomplishing my mission and honestly at first, things operated fantastically. I hired people I had known in the crypto community with tons of experience, people I believed I could trust. People you all probably know and respect. They are people that I know, by the way. In all honesty, I felt like I built a dream team behind the scenes for this project. So what the hell happened? That's the big question you deserve an answer to. The truth is, I cannot trust the people I hired. They should not have had an equal voice. I did not know at the time, but they didn't have the project's best interest in mind and were only in it for themselves. Well, everyone on the team except Riz was paid hand over fist and then bailed on us. That's why the silence was so sudden. The engagement fell so swiftly. In a matter of a week, I paid everyone handsomely and they all left, leaving me alone to manage all the responsibilities of the project while also balancing my family and personal life. I've been doing most of it too, but unfortunately, the part of the project this hurt the most was arguably the most important part, the community. I spent all day working on app development with DevPro, and by the time that's done for the day, I spend the little time I have with my daughter and a wife who is 9 months pregnant. This whole thing has been heartbreaking for me. I was too nice, generous, naive, and trusting, which resulted in me being fooled and taken advantage of by the very people I trusted the most and had paid to be by my side for the long haul. As much as these people wronged me, it's still my fault, and I recognize that. I am the one who made the decision to hire these people and surrounded myself with people who seemed genuine, but were really out to just get paid and bail on me. The project, the community, and everything else I had worked so hard to build. I cannot put into words how angry, sad, disappointed, and heartbroken I am. However, I am not defeated, and I continue working every day to finish what I set out to do and have this project be successful. Changes are coming. I will make needed adjustments so I can take on not only the responsibilities I currently have, but also the responsibilities of taking care of this community. I'm making changes so I can be more available to all of you so you can hear things directly from me and you have a point of contact when you all so undeservedly have been without. Regardless of how difficult it will be for me to juggle all these things, you will start to notice these changes very soon. The community has suffered enough. I'll be making another statement soon, expanding on everything that happened, but also letting everyone know that the plan is moving forward. I will go point by point what I did right, what I did wrong, mistakes I made, I have learned from, and we'll discuss what the plan is for the future. Just know I am still working tirelessly and am not giving up. I'm so sorry this has happened. The team I built completely and utterly failed me, which at the end of the day is on me. I'm going to do everything in my power to not fail this community anymore in the future. Talk to you soon, operatives. So for those of you that don't know, it's not for me to say, but I am back on their I'm back on their roster, let's call it, and we're going to be engaging with what they do in very short order. And everybody that he hired are people that I know, and by the way, like, I don't know a lot of people in this space. So when I say no, I don't mean like I know them, hang out with them or anything like that. They're just people that I know because they are part of the influencer community, if you will, in this space. So, I met these guys, I met these people, and, in fairness, I don't think I've ever been on any one of their channels, but maybe I have, maybe I was on like a round table or something like that. I know I was on a round table with some of them. But the general thing is, this, these guys got paid a lot of money, allegedly. I don't know their side of it, so I can't speak to it, but they were allegedly paid a lot of money and started helping in the first couple of days and then just said they can't do it. One of them just quit. The one that quit, by the way, the one that quit offered to give the money back, the money that he was paid, because he was paid some money to do this and to be in on these meetings and stuff like that. And he just said, I'll give you the money back if you want it, but I don't have the time. I don't have the passion. I can't do this. So he was out. And then the other one, who they had paid twice as much money, then asked for more money and then stopped showing up anyway. So it got a little bit crazy. It got just a little bit crazy. And it became overwhelming for Matthew. And, these guys left. And then all of a sudden, there was nobody to manage all this. They had paid me for content, but, my agreement was to do some videos and, talk about it every once in a while so that you guys knew what was going on. So as of today, I am not a member of the development team, but I'm going to be taking a more active role in communicating to help them communicate more effectively that the Phantom Project has got things going on. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they've worked on that is now, it's not nearing completion, by the way. This is still pre-alpha stuff, but they've got, I've got access to some of their data folders where I can see what, like the early mock-ups and designs and stuff like that. And, I may go on a few phone calls with them and, work through it and catch myself up to speed so that I can convey information to the community and let them know. But just so you guys know, that's what's going on. That stuff happened, and, going through a bear market, by the way. And remember the day that they launched, that was the day that Altcoin launched their metaverse presale, and it crashed basically all of Ethereum. So, they had it, they were getting screwed from day one. Like, it was an impossible situation for them no matter what. And nothing they could do. So that's what happened. That's where we are. And I feel still pretty good about my investment. I want more money, obviously, from the whole thing, but it's going to take a little bit of time. The market starts pumping. I think this thing is. They can. Actually, we're going to show you the mock. We're going to show you the mock-ups. They're just not like I said. We'll talk about that pretty soon. You're going to see the mock-ups. The first thing that's going to happen is, here, let me rephrase this. Let me put it this way. A non-working product isn't going to bring in anybody. Well, the lead developer is Matthew. And he's the only person right now. So he's doing this all himself. I reached out to him and I said, this is where things got screwed up. So now they're kind of fixed. You know what I mean? So I said, first of all, he's coming out, he's letting people know what's going on, and then he's going to have an AMA. Once he has the AMA, then we're going to talk about releasing some of the images so that you guys can see like what the project is, because basically you guys are going to be the testers that are going to like we need to see what this thing does, how well it does it. So a lot of people who are investors are going to be the alpha testers. Like, you guys are going to get early access to it and you're going to be able to see it. So we're just, it's just not at that point right now, but they do have tons of stuff to start showing. But again, with nobody in charge to show, there was nobody in charge to show. So nobody was showing anything. So, it'll come, it'll happen. Just have just a little bit of patience with them. You can't do anything but have patience with them right now. You could sell, but you sell at a loss and you get wrecked, and that doesn't make any sense. this is not the market for that. No, because him and Matthew are best friends. I'm sure that Kings is going to be involved in Kings is going to be involved some way, somehow down the road at some point. He has to be, because they're best friends. It's my understanding that Kings, Matthew's father was basically a surrogate father for Kings when Kings was younger. So I would think that at some point Kings is going to be involved. So And if you have a problem with Kings being involved, then I mean, don't invest. Like, I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I don't have a problem with them being involved because I don't fall for. Listen, I don't get involved. I I don't put my drama out here in front of the public so that everybody can see it. So I keep my drama private so that there is none out here where people can like watch it and see it manifest itself, because I don't think that's a cool way to do business, and neither does he. So this drama that happened, like I don't, you know, it was not a testament. It wasn't a testament of look. That's an odd circumstance. That's all I can say, because I've asked both sides, and I, you know, it's a difficult circumstance. It's a difficult. Maybe these guys thought they were better friends, worse friends, something like that, and it just ended up the wrong way. But to me, Kings has not screwed over anybody in this industry or market or place or anything like that. So, I mean, if you don't like it, don't invest and move on. But I'm gonna talk about it every once in a while. If you don't like me for that, then you know, I mean, like plug your ears or something. I'll still give you good information about everything else. Where do I see Bitcoin by the end of this year? Bitcoin by the end of this year is probably going to be right about where it is right now. I don't think that it's going to, I think that it's going to pump and it's going to dump and it's going to pump. It's going to dump. It's going to keep doing all kinds of crazy shit. But sustaining it is going to be the real effort. I mean, you see right now we're on this massive run, but this massive run has already kind of slowed down and diminished. But listen, we're at 1,095. We're at 1,095 Ethereum from 1,000. We're at 20,340 on Bitcoin, which, you know, listen, I don't know how this plays out, but we have an hour and a half with the Chinese market right now. And they don't seem to be in mad sell-off mode. They don't seem to be really upset. So, you know, I'm not feeling bad about where he is. I mean, I think we might mint a red candle because as you zoom in here, you can see that the top right here is getting real close. Like I don't see, and this is a big resistance line that maybe they can turn it into a support line if they can get over 20,405, I guess. So if you can get up there a little bit more and start to show some support up there, then maybe this becomes a bouncing point later on. Whoa, like it's doing right now. And then Ethereum, you know, just kind of drags itself along with it. I mean, you guys can now see Bitcoin is up 2%, and then Ethereum is up 2.8%. So you're starting to see the numbers change just a little bit. Ew, man, I put this in the wrong position. God damn it. Oh, man. Okay, that's good. That'll do for now. Anyway, so we might mint a red candle over here because this number is, you know, like you're going to need to pump it up over, what is it? 20,205. Well, actually, it's not too bad. Maybe we'll mint a couple of green candles and we'll get a nice little run going, and the European market will wake up and they'll see what happened over in Ukraine. And there's no confirmation of anything coming out of Donbass right now. So with the confirmation that the Ukraine has retaken Snake Island, that might be a really good sort of, it might be a really good sort of moment. What's up, King? You know, that might be, that might give us a nice little run. And listen, I think we could all use a little run. Again, you guys know I could use a little run to get some of that money back on the Ethereum trade, which I'm still just kind of sitting here waiting for. So, you know, if I can get that back, then I'm going to feel good. That's going to put me in a position. Like I am so annoyed that I did not get in down here. You know what I mean? Like this was like this right here was the play for me. And because I really, and right over here, by the way, I didn't think I was buying the top. And I know that wasn't the actual top, but it's close enough. Like I was buying close enough to the top that I should have known better, because I thought this was going to just keep going because it had kept going a couple of different times. And I thought this had minted like a red right over here. And then it started to move down, and then it minted green for me. And I was like, okay, I'm buying right now. And then all of a sudden the market changed a little bit and those tags disappeared. And so here we are. And then I was doing something at work right here when this happened, so I didn't get out. It ran down, then it came back up and bounced, and then here I was sleeping. So, oh, matter of fact, here I was doing my show when I had an opportunity to get out, and then some stuff happened at work, and I was busy for a little bit. And then when I came back over, it was down to, where is it, 12.13? So I was down about $100, and I was like, you know what? I'll just let it ride. And then letting it ride from that point, nope, it's been a disaster. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of a pump out of it. But if we don't, then, you know, at some point, guess what? At some point, that thing's going to end up, my Ethereum's going to be worth, I don't know how much it'll be worth. What's it worth now? 15,000, 18,000? What'd I pay? 18,000? Yeah. I mean, if it doubles, it'll be worth 36 grand. So why the hell not? What's up, Dylan? How's it going, man? So Dr. Praveen, by the way, Dr. Praveen just released something on, where did it go here? Oh, by the way, I'm checking a whole bunch of different news sources you can see over here, trying to see who's got the best information. And I created a, where the hell is it? I created a list here, Bleeves crypto list. So it says here, El Salvador bought today 80 Bitcoin at 19,000 each. Look at this. El Salvador just bought 80 Bitcoin. So we'll see people shorting the whole way up, calling every pump a scam pump. This is the same as me buying the whole way down, thinking we'd bounce sooner. I was wrong on the way down. I'm definitely not going to be wrong on the way up, though. Midterm rally will be their attempt to make the recovery look strong. The lower you go, the higher the increase will seem. Remember that right there. Worst first half for stocks in 52 years. And by the way, if you're not following Zero Hedge, let me tell you something. First of all, you should be following Zero Hedge, if not for their actual news, which is they're not my favorite kind of news source because they're, you know, like Trump. They're real weird Trump people, but this is actually a great, God damn it, I screwed it up somehow. This is actually a great news source to follow if you're into crypto. Zero Hedge. This one right here. I don't know how to do these on lists. So add or remove to a list, and then boom, there it is. And save. Okay, so now we got them on the list. But that's a great news source for things that are real. All right, now that ETH is moving, I'm taking a gamble at some microcaps. High risk, small amounts, but that's how you end up bagging a nice 10x or 20x play. Sub-million market cap, just recently stealth launched and unique idea to go after scams, which is a place called weboflies.org. So this is called Web51. And this is somebody who's one of those news sources is taking a shot on this thing, which is a Web3 detective. We got a contract address right here. We will pop this into, God damn it, we'll pop this into Ethereum, DEX tools, and see what happens. There we go. Web of Lies, 317 holders. It's got a market cap of 1.1 million, and God damn it, look at that. What's that? That's 5 zeros. So it's up to 3 zeros. Jesus Christ. Well, if you got in on this one early, then YOLO for you, man. That seems like a great play. What's going on, Earthwoods? What's up, Seth? Yeah, you know what? We're we're going to see how this plays out. It would have been nice to hit it right here, but I wouldn't blame anybody for sitting on the sidelines right now, because you just never know how long. Like I've been saying right now, is I don't think this is going to sustain itself, but it is entirely possible that the European markets, like it's entirely possible these markets wake up, they see this pump, they see that the Ukraine took Snake Island, they start feeling good, and where did let's see, where did we finish today? We finished down 253 points, but let's see where the Dow overnight is, because now you got people talking about down 53, which I'm going to be okay with that, because that might just wipe itself out overnight. So, and then NASDAQ's only down 2, and S&P is only down 4. So I'm not going to feel real bad about those positions. So, maybe we see a nice little pump happen. Maybe. Anyway, that could just be, that by the way could be, that's a skull head. God damn it. That could just be me wishing to get my money back, by the way. Like, there may not be any pump in this thing. This might just be a single, somebody bought something. Next announcement's July 13. But here's the problem. We have CPI due date is right here. It's going to be on July 13, right here, for the month of June. It'll be released at 8:30 a.m. That's Eastern time. So we're going to know pretty early in the day what the CPI is. So we'll get it. And it was 8.6 last time. It's probably going to be higher, even though if you look around right now, gas prices are going down. I think that's only one. Like, I think that gas prices have to go down a lot more, and we have to see it like just kind of cascade throughout the industries, and actually see prices for goods go down. I don't think the oil alone is going to make a big change, and I haven't seen anything else to let me know that prices on other stuff is going down. But here is the big one. July 28th. That is the date where if there's a fan, shit hits it. Because if the GDP comes in and that GDP is a negative, that means that we will officially be in a recession. And remember, we were looking to stave off the recession just recently until next year or early next year or something like that. But at no point did anybody consider that we might have a negative GDP right now. And it is entirely possible that we have a negative GDP. So if we don't tank, like this is set up right now, this is a catastrophic house of cards. We have July 13 is a potential bloodbath. And then we have July 28 as just another bloodbath. So, this dip is going to be the 13th if it happens. And then it's going to happen again on the 28th. So, it is entirely possible that both of those numbers are just catastrophically bad. And this whole market just, whoo. Well, see, that's it. It's not a question of whether we're in a recession. I mean, I would think and believe that we are in a recession. Like, I feel like we're in a recessionary period. We're paying $5 for gas, but oil is $100 a barrel. Obviously, there's something very, very wrong happening right now. So, and then the cost of goods are just going up and up and up and out of control, and everything that goes along with it. So, you can see that obviously we're in a recession, and no amount of, income increases. And I think the income increases were fairly, without COVID, I think they were fairly decent with Donald Trump. I think, you started to see a little bit more of manager-based, employee-based management. I think you started to see a little bit more of that for a while. And then that was kind of, that was kind of a good thing to see in the economy. But, you still have some bad actors, and there's a lot of bad actors out here in the business world. if the GDP is negative, then we're going to be in a recession no matter what. So even if the Fed doesn't raise rates in that context, we're not going to know about it right away. Fed meeting, FTOC. So the Fed's going to meet on July 26 and 27. And we're not going to know the notes, by the way. We don't get them until August. Remember, we just got the Fed stuff not long ago. So like it's all going to happen like a house of cards, man. Like everything bad that could possibly happen is all going to happen at one time. And oh my God, it's going to be it's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, like we should already be able to see that. Like it's going to be a bloodbath. Here's what we got to hope for right now. What we got to hope for right now is that we get, what we got to hope for Bleeves is that we get a pump. So the Bleeves gets out of this upside down trade and still keeps most of that money because he wants to get back to 12.21. So maybe we'll get a pump out of it. Maybe we even make some money and get a nice little pump over the next few days because we have until July 13th. So I'm not worried about this money right here, right now. Hopefully I can get over here and we can get, like a 25,000 Bitcoin. I mean, you gotta think about a 25,000 Bitcoin would be about like that. So then a 25,000. So about 1,500. I mean, 1,500 Ethereum would not be a bad thing to see right before a catastrophic, destructive sort of crazy thing. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of that and then go back to Watcher because I did hear this in the news just a little while ago. FTX reportedly to finalize BlockFi acquisition this week for $25 million. Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX is expected to finalize the BlockFi acquisition deal for $25 million. The news comes from CNBC, which obtained information from anonymous sources. According to CNBC, the term sheet for the deal is almost over, and the deal is likely to be finalized this week. The sources were not willing to reveal themselves as the deal is currently confidential. The deal will reportedly be done for $25 million. The deal price is 99% below its previous valuation. The previous valuation of BlockFi was $4.8 billion. The deal literally went from billions to millions. A source indicated that such an acquisition may take many months to complete and that the price could change between now and Friday. Rumors about FTX trying to strike a deal with BlockFi were published by The Block. Wall Street Journal also initially reported the exchange's plans to acquire a stake in BlockFi. Spokespersons from XTX and BlockFi were not willing to speak out on the matter. BlockFi announced on June 13th that it was planning to cut down its staff by 20%, citing harsh marketing conditions. The team stated that change in economic conditions had a negative impact on them, which enticed them to make the decision. The firm also said that the marketing circumstances have been negative since Q1 of 22, resulting in severe drops in equities and crypto markets. The news of the deal comes after FTX provided BlockFi with a revolving credit of $250 million to provide aid to the firm to survive the storm and provide stability. The bear market is proving to be extremely difficult for crypto firms as they are struggling to keep up. So they're borrowing money from crypto firms. Crypto firms that don't do the dumb shit that they do. Plunging crypto prices followed by liquidity issues are luring several firms to fail in meeting margin calls. FTX CEO seems to be lending a helping hand to different firms amidst the market turmoil. So, I guess we're going to find out very soon how all this shit plays out. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to take very long, and we're going to see exactly what we're made of. You know what I mean? Damn, you know what? I thought I had my math wrong with Ethereum. but it really would hit 15. So I thought I was just kind of making it up as I was drawing that line. But actually, the math in my head actually plays it out that that's what would be. That's what it would be. Man, oh man, oh man. I haven't thought as far as August, man. I'm taking these things right now, day by day. I just know that we're gonna go down. We're gonna hit some rock bottom numbers, and then it's gonna have to just be an uphill battle to recover. And people have been telling me how bad it can get, and I keep telling them, I don't underestimate how bad things can get anymore. But at the same time, I'm now reaching a spot in all of this where I do think that there's a lot of this sell-off and a lot of this stuff has already been, quote unquote, baked in. I'm starting to feel like all of these numbers are no longer I don't think they're like the how do I put this? We may not see that 500 Ethereum. We may not see that 13,000 Bitcoin. Like there might just be a number that we're going to hit that's kind of close to that, but not exactly that. That's just going to be the spot where William Wallace starts walking from investor to investor and telling everybody that this is our time and we're just going to hold. And that's just going to be it. All of crypto is going to pull together, and it's going to be like Leonidas in the Battle of Thermopylae, and we're just going to create a choke point. And when we get under a certain number, there's just going to be massive buys to support that price. And I think that I'm starting to get the feeling that it's not going to go down as much as I hope that it's going to go down. So it's got me nervous. It's got me real nervous. And not, by the way, not nervous in a bad way. I want to see that. I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see, look, I would love to just sit on this right here and just, turn this into a 6-figure number in a month with just a parabolic sort of run. But I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be nice to see a good lift off of it. Faux reals. Oh my God. So one of the clues, by the way, hold on. No. Oh, well. Yeah, I don't think it's, I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I'm absolutely hoping. But here's the thing. Also, if I get in at 700, if I can get some Ethereum at 700, I am not going to be mad. You know what I mean? Like I am not going to be mad in any way with that sort of play. Oh, by the way, Alpha Mel does a thing called trivia. And I was thinking about going on his trivia show to do the trivia thing. But then I was thinking, like, what if we had what kind of questions would you like to ask for like influencers and stuff like that about the crypto market? Like, I was thinking about maybe inviting 3 people in and doing like an AMA to like ask, make and call it like, you know, ask Bleeves or something like that, and then we'll have like a couple of guests, and then like just answer questions, and then just do a round table where everybody gets to answer that question and see what they think. Yeah, see, at first I thought 732. Then I was hoping, because Crypto B was talking to me about 500 ETH, and like I was getting full in my head of that 500 ETH. Like, man, it would be so nice to get. And then I just realized, like, you know, I don't think it's gonna make it. Like, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna get there. Like, it's just starting to feel like, even though I know there's no pump right now, right? There's no pump, but then you see stuff like this happening, and you start to see you remember the whole world has to collapse in order for the price to go down. Like, we're looking too much at the American market, and we're seeing that American market dip. Like, how much further can it dip? And it gets me to wondering, like, how much mass adoption do we really have? Well, we have more people holding Bitcoin than ever. We have way more people holding Bitcoin than ever. We have way more people holding Ethereum than we ever had. So are we going to go back down to those crazy low numbers again? Like, I don't think so. Like, it would take turning. Here's the question. It's generally considered that most of the risk assessment has been removed from this market, and we're at a $938 billion market cap. How do we get to 400 billion? How do we shake out another 538 billion in this market in that risk averse sort of way? I don't think we do, because I mean, look, Michael Saylor has what? How much Bitcoin does he have? 129,000 Bitcoin. How much does Binance have? Like, they're the number 1 holder. How much does Bitfinex have? They're the number 2 holder. El Salvador just bought 80 more Bitcoin today at 19,000. Like, there's a lot of support for all of this stuff at some pretty significant levels. So you have to break the spirit of some very diamond-handed people to get 938 billion down to 400 billion. I just don't think that's possible. So that said, if 938 equals 1090 for Ethereum, then it would stand to reason if we could get down to 600, which is much more doable, then that sheds a third of the market. So if we shed a third of 1100, that gets us around that 600 to 700 range. So that feels like, to me, and I'm eyeballing it. Like, I don't have any crypto B, by the way. I don't have any math to do that. I don't have any math to back that up. I just it just seems like maybe there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Listen, I got enough. Look, if I have to buy 15 more ETH to DCA, I'm going to buy 15 more ETH to DCA. I'm still going to make a whole bunch of money off of Ethereum when it's all said and done. So I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to be good, and I don't want to take a loss. So, like, I'm not going to sell at a loss or anything. So, like, F that. I would like to see this thing pump, though. Like, I mean, I would really like to see it pump, and I would like to see us get on some kind of run overnight that, you know, makes this thing look a lot better. Because I think there's so many things in the crypto market. Like, listen, like, there's so many products here that just deserve to have, you know, get a little run, give Bitcoin 25% more than its current worth right now. Make some people feel like idiots for, oh man, I should have invested when I had the chance. And I just love when people feel like that. But anyway, that's the way it feels. That's the way it looks. So, and guys, I gotta get this early because I gotta take the dog out for a walk again. I can't lose bets to my son, so I can't lose bets anymore to my son. But anyway, so I think that we're gonna do 600 or 700. I just don't think that 500's in the cards, but I am praying for 5 because I got enough. Listen, I have enough on the side right now that if we do dip down and we start dipping down there, then I'm going to buy 25 Ethereum at 500 or any, if it's 600, then I'm going to buy 20. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, all I got to do is get there and I'm going all in on Ethereum for a little while. I'm going to let that shit ride for a little while. And I know that that's probably not the greatest of plays, but I feel like that's the safest, or at least in crypto, it's at least the second safest play, because after you get past Bitcoin, everything else is a little bit riskier. But, you know, I feel like that's going to be the play. But anyway, this is not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I'm always right. And you guys be careful tonight. It looks like it might be another weird sort of evening. It all could dump again. So we'll see.